Hey, Mike here from Reprint Equipment, and a lot of people have reached out regarding the DX7 dampers. I did a video on head replacement, didn't get into the dampers, so I'm going to show you the proper way to replace your dampers. Unfortunately, we're going to do it out of the machine, so you can see exactly what's going on. This has been a problematic video to make as one person. So here I have my DX7 print head. The most important thing when replacing these is, one, make sure your power is unplugged in the machine. Make sure you've choked off the lines, because you will get leaky dampers. So you make sure whatever model you have, you choke off the lines. Number two is the front and the back of these, they will have a letter that says R, that has F. So we want to make sure F is front. This should be facing you when replacing the print head. So now we're going to jump into the dampers. I have 4 dampers right here, and I highly recommend using OEM. There are cheaper alternatives, but you're going to have more problems than it's worth. I'm telling you, you're going to put these in here, you're going to still have the same problem. You're going to start troubleshooting, and you're going to potentially ruin this $2,000 print head. So I'm going to show you real quick the right way. This is a OEM damper because it has the black O-rings. That's a way to tell if you got the good stuff or the bad stuff. Here is my aftermarket one. They all look the same, but they are not the same. But I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly my process. Number one, when it comes to these new dampers, I don't have none around here, but you want to take some cleaning solution and moisten these O-rings. Very important, so it actually gets a good seal and it'll actually lock itself in so that there's no air. Important to take just a little swab of cleaning solution, touch it on the dampers, and place it in the print head. And we want to make sure that every damper is in the correct orientation when we put it in there. So you see that I have this valve, this is a valve, each side has a valve. You can see this valve is up and this one is down. So I'm going to repeat that process. I'm going to take my next damper and I'm going to make sure that my valve is up. So there we go, valve is up. Third one, let's see, valve up and valve up. All right, so as you can see, that's my orientation. Okay, all the valves are up. So I'm going to take and place them in one by one. Of course, making sure that I properly put the cleaning solution on the O-rings, and I'm just going to place them in the print head one by one. I'm just going to slap that in there. Make sure it's nice and tight, and I'm going to repeat the process again, making sure that I have the correct orientation. If not, what's going to happen, I'll show you what's going to happen if you don't do it properly. You're going to have these two top dampers touching each other, and these swell. They have a valve, and they're going to push on each other, and you're going to have lots of problems. You're going to have leaky print heads that are going to drip on the media, and you're going to have to redo it. So make sure they're all in the correct orientation. All right, up, making sure they're nice and tight. And again, up. They are all in the same, in the correct orientation. I just did a video on aftermarket parts, so I showed the difference between OEM. I'm not gonna put this in a printer. So then you slap the little bracket on there. Let's see. Sometimes you have to wiggle these around a little bit to get them to seal properly. Oh, and as you can see, both sides, you can see this little tab right here. This is the long side. This is the side that will go to the front. So I am just going to slide this baby on here somehow, some way. Sometimes this plastic binds up. We're going to snap these into place. I'm going to wiggle these around a little bit so that the get through there, and I'm going to make sure I hear a nice snap. It's snapped into place. Very vital that we get these side clamps right here to be snapped into place so we know that they're properly holding the dampers in place. Next step is to apply our incline holder, whatever this little thing's called. Not sure the proper name, only when I order them. And whenever I place these on here, I don't want to put straight down. I want to actually work from one side and the other. Make sure they're nice and tight, and make sure that these are held down very well. Even when the ink tube's attached, when they're in the machine, you want to double check and make sure that those are in there nice and tight. And again, I like to take cleaning solution and put them in there. And here's something I can show you about the aftermarket parts, and you can see clearly. Wow, I've never noticed this, but if you look at them O-rings, let's see if if I can focus into the O-rings of the OEM. The OEM are black. It's not working too well. But you can clearly see the orifice, you know, the hole. And I can see probably why these dampers fail, because the OEM ones, it pushes nice. I mean, whenever I push these in here, it goes nice. The aftermarket ones, I mean, they're a lot smaller of an orifice, and they take a little bit more work. And you know, you can see they're kind of bulging out. So that may be one of the reasons I've never went this far into the aftermarket, but it could be their point of failure. So there you have it. Another good tip when replacing your dampers. I see this all the time. I've seen it in many different machines. Sometimes when you're replacing your dampers and you actually pull the damper assembly out, oftentimes what will happen, see if I can get these babies out. They come out really snug. So what happens sometimes is the O-ring will actually separate itself and be inside the print head. I actually probably have one in one of the old print heads. Let me look. All right, so that didn't take me very long to find one. I have a drawer full of these things. And as you can see, the O-rings are inside there. You can take it, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull one off so you can see. There we go. We have the O-ring. And what happens, a lot of times people don't realize that they came out. They discard the old dampers, and then they wanna put the new damper inside, which is gonna cause nothing but issues, because you're gonna have this in the way, and it's gonna make, you know, you're not gonna get a good seal. So make sure you watch for these type of dampers. And now I've made a inky mess, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Hopefully this helps someone. If you haven't done so, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, please. Helps the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.